Yeah, staying with bowling and just different tactics from one test match to the next against a player. And we're going to talk about Dave Warner. Tubby and I both noticed yesterday there was a different line from the whacker to here yesterday, and their plans were very different. I thought they executed it well too.
Absolutely. If you look at where they bowled, here's Perth first innings to David Warner where they bowled, and this is yesterday. If you look at where they bowled yesterday, there's a lot more balls in that area, pitching around leg stump. And what they're trying to do with that is tuck David Warner up, stop him from scoring, bowling more that line, where in Perth, he bowled that line and scored more runs. Eventually, they got him out with a fuller ball, but he'd already made 97.
And if you just isolate the dismissal delivery yesterday, you'd think, well, that's not going to get anyone out. It's short, it's outside leg stump. But it was all part of the plan, tucking him up, making it awkward. And he does play it quite differently to other batsmen. He doesn't release a hip, and I think that we've got examples of that.
Absolutely. What they did was they made him defend a lot more. If you can see here with that line they bowled, here's Kyle Abbott, who was terrific yesterday, as were all the South African bowlers. They didn't give him a chance to free those arms and play those big cover drives and square cuts, which we know David Warner can play so well. He defended and defended really well. And eventually, he actually missed a few because of that line. He started to try and work the ball leg side.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see it becomes more effective when you bowl that different line. And we just look at Dave Warner and the way he plays. He was having to think differently. He did score 45, but he had to work differently. He likes to free the arms up. He likes to get it through here, front foot, back foot. But because they were bowling so well to this particular plan, the plays and misses, they could have been edges. So eventually they did get him out, and it was that line that did the job.
Absolutely. If you look at his dismissal, you can say he was probably a little unlucky. But if you look there, they've tucked him up on that line. They haven't let him score, and eventually they've got him out.
Well, the point I want to make here, Tub, is that he blocks his hip off. He keeps it square on more than a lot of players. You naturally roll with it, which makes it an easier stroke.
Absolutely. What you'd normally do as a left-hander, you get back and across, and you'd roll with it, as Michael Slater said. You'd get your right hip out of the road, and you'd be facing to where you want the ball to go. You can see here David Warner is tucked up. His bottom part of his body is closed, which makes it very good for offside shots. He's trying to open up that side. Eventually, he is unlucky, but it's a terrific plan that has worked for South Africa yesterday.
Yeah, it is. So Dave Warner, you can see from his face, he thought, well, how unlucky is that? I've got it on the elbow, back onto the stumps. But it was the plan that worked. And as we go back to you, Nico, I thought their execution was really good. It was 45 valuable runs, but they bowled particularly well and quite differently to Dave Warner yesterday.